and welcome to Prenatal Yoga. I'm Liza Janda with yogajanda.com. Today we're talking about the thing that I think people fear the most when it comes to labor, and that's pain. This is from childbirthconnection.org, a great website. If you want to know a little bit more about how labor and birth is a normal, natural, physiological process. Pain is an unpleasant physical sensation that may or may not be associated with suffering. For example, the pain people feel when working out or hiking up a hill, that's not suffering. That's no pain, no gain. Nor even is the pain of a broken leg for many people. Suffering is a distressing psychological state. When you're feeling as though you're suffering, you're feeling helplessness, anguish, remorse, fear, panic, or loss of control that may or may not be associated with pain. And most women today are expected, they're even pressured to have an epidural in labor because they and the influential people in their lives equate labor pain with suffering. But while an epidural eliminates almost all sensation, including pain, it doesn't address fear, worry, loneliness, helplessness, or other emotions that lead to distress, that lead to the dissatisfaction of the whole birth experience, or even suffering. To prevent suffering, women need more than relief of pain. They need to recognize that labor pain is a side effect of a normal process, not a sign of damage or injury. They need a sense of mastery and well-being as they respond to their pain. But they also need humane, caring, confident people, giving them continuous support. So if you can, get educated. Get to know as much about labor and birth as you possibly can. And there are some really great books that you can read that I'll put in underneath this video. If you can take something that's not a online class, like an e-class, something better that's in person with a real person, with a real teacher, somebody who's educated, great. Much, much better choice. And maybe even hiring a doula. So what we have to do in labor is recognize that our body is working really, really hard, and we have to allow ourselves and teach ourselves to release tension. The more we're able to release tension, the less fear we experience. The less fear, the less tension we experience, the less pain we perceive. So go ahead and sit. I sit up on a block always. It's just easier on the lower back, or you can use the folded edge of a blanket. Close your eyes for a moment. Let your hands rest on your knees with your palms up and a gesture of receiving grace. Take a deep, deep breath in through the nose and an audible sigh out through the mouth. Do that again, in through the nose. Audible sigh out through the mouth, and in and out. Right there, continue in through the nose and out through the mouth, right there. That is one of the best ways to reduce tension in your body. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Trying to making your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. That helps your body to produce endorphins. That helps your body to stimulate the relaxation response in your body. Now for your yoga practice, begin to seal your lips and breathing in out through the nose. Start to use your ujjayi breath, that gentle contraction in the back of the throat. So it sounds like that if you open your mouth. You can gently contract the back of the throat. You might even place your hands on your belly and feel your belly rise with your inhale. And hug your belly in as though you're giving your baby a hug with your belly muscles with your exhale. As you inhale, see if you can sit up a little bit taller. And as you exhale, see if you can release the tension from your shoulders. This deep breathing through enormously stressful situations, not just labor. Okay, now go ahead and blink open your eyes and come onto your hands and your knees. In yoga, we try to create a balance of tension or ease, ease and effort, sthira and sukha. So inhale into a cow stretch, lift your gaze, look up, as you lift your shoulders and your sit bones, and then as you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin to your chest. And continue to do that, inhaling and exhaling. And now we create a lot of effort. We're going to do downward dog here in a moment. We're going to put a lot of effort and a lot of strength into your downward dog. I want you to feel the difference between making the effort, but finding that balance between effort and ease. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. One more time. Good, and now you can either walk your hands about 6 inches forward or you can walk your knees 6 inches back. And you don't have to come into a plank pose if you don't feel like it, but first bring your shoulders away from your ears. And then if you want to come into plank, go ahead and step your feet back so that your shoulders are right over your wrists. You can go straight into downward dog now. Now go ahead and lift your hips up nice and high and let those heels release down towards the mat. And then see if you can very gently draw your forearms towards each other. That will externally rotate your upper arms. Hug your belly in and up towards your baby and squeeze your cable muscle, your pelvic floor muscle. Now bend your left knee and let that right heel drop towards the mat. And try to, again, get the shoulders to move down and away from the ears. And go ahead and bend your right knee and press your left heel down. Remember to hug your baby with your belly muscles. Squeeze that kegel muscle. And now take a nice deep breath and lift both heels up and then let both heels come down. Now I want you to really push your hands forward into the mat and really strengthen through all the way up those arms. You can feel the muscles around your shoulder blades working. Now firm your thighs and pull your belly in. You're creating a lot of effort here. Now take a deep breath. Stay where you are, but see if you can release some of that tension. Take a deep inhale here and come into child's pose. Open your knees nice and wide. Bring your big toes to touch and sit all the way back onto your heels. If you have a block, you can, or your belly's really big, you can always put your forehead down on a block. If not, just put your forehead on the mat and go ahead and roll your wrists out in a circle. And maybe reverse the circle. Good. Take a nice deep breath and make a fist and open and close those hands. Good, and then come up, back up onto your forearms. Move your knees back just a little bit. And as you inhale, you're going to arch your back and look forward and come all the way back up to your hands. Now as you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin to your chest, and go almost back to child's pose. And then you're going to bring the forearms back down. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pressing back as you round the back. You might need to adjust your hands a little closer or maybe a little further away. Just go with your body. Your knees are wider so that your baby in your belly can fit back there between your legs. Inhale as you come forward and up. And exhale. Sometimes you can kind of move this into a moving meditation. You can close your eyes. This right here is a really great thing to do during labor. You can get up onto the bed. So you've got some nice padding. Maybe put a pillow under your hands. And just this movement can help to pull the baby away from your back if you're feeling contractions in your back. And then maybe just take a little rest. In between contractions, maybe you move during the contractions or you move in between them and then relax. Sit back in child's pose, make a little pillow with your hands or put your forehead on a mat, block, and then relax your head. Take a deep breath. And exhale. One more. Good. Come back up to your hands and your knees and do some pelvic rocking. So tilting the tailbone up, tucking the tailbone under. Tilting up and tucking under. Good. So sometimes we don't even, some people may not experience the contractions as painful in labor if they have a different perspective on what's happening in the body. It's a normal process. And what's happening is your hormones in your body are really working. So you can actually work with your hormones to enhance ease, feeling less pain, less discomfort, to increase safety. The less medications, less interventions you have, the safer your birth is for both you and the baby. And some people, believe it or not, can even feel pleasure in labor. But you need to make sure you're surrounded by people who believe in you, who believe in the normal, natural process. And even if you choose to get an epidural, you still want to be around people who are supporting you positively. Take one more. Tilt up, tuck under, walk your hands forward, step back to plank or go right up to downward dog. Take a deep breath. Inhale, push, and press all the way back. So it depends. If you're afraid of the process, you're not going to be able to embrace it. And you need to embrace this process. It's a journey. It's not something to be fearful of. Take a deep, deep breath and open your feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back, coming to a half forward fold. Bring your torso parallel to the floor and think about making your spine as long as possible. Take a deep breath here. Tiny bend in the knees, toes are parallel, or the sides of the feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. The more you know about the normal process, the less fear you're going to have. And exhale, fold. And that includes your partner, the person who is going to parent this baby with you, or your doula. They need to understand the process too. One more time, halfway up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Now, I want you to stay where you are, but walk your hands forward. Keep your hips right over your ankles. Push your hips back. So now, if you look at the screen, you'll notice only my fingertips are really on the mat. I'm kind of gripping the mat as I'm stretching my arms forward. I'm pushing my hips back. Now I'm going to relax my head. And I might feel a little bit of a stretch down both sides of my spine, my low back. Deep breath here. And exhale. And inhale. Lengthen and exhale, fall, and then walk those hands back, bend your knees, walk your hands to the tops of your knees, round your back, come all the way up to standing. Sweep those arms all the way up and bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice deep breath. Step all the way up to the top edge of your mat. Tree pose is another pose where we have to find something to focus on, but there's this balance of ease and effort. So we're going to slowly transfer the weight to our left leg, our left foot, bending the right knee, lift that right foot up. Now you can take your right foot and place it on the inside of the ankle or the calf, either below the knee or above the knee, inside of the thigh. Don't put it inside the knee. Good, and then bring your hands to your heart center. See if you can stand a little bit taller. You can keep your hands here, or you can slowly reach them out to the side. Sometimes that's easier to balance. Or imagine they're like tree branches. They're reaching towards the sun. I have something in front of me that I'm looking at that's not going to move. Now, where can you relax yet still maintain the effort in this pose? Just like in labor, part of your body's working really, really hard. And your job is to get out of the way. Release tension. Deep breath here. And exhale. Don't worry if you can't get your foot inside your thigh. You can take it down to the inside of the calf. You can even stand in that ballet position, which I can't remember what it's called. Bring your hands to your heart center and go ahead and put that right foot down. Take a deep breath here. Sweep those arms all the way up. Let's take a full forward fold, a nice full forward fold. Exhale, and then halfway up, opening those feet as wide as your belly needs you to. Fold forward, sit back in chair to rise all the way up again, bringing your hands to your heart center. Find your point of focus, something that's not going to move. Start to transfer your weight onto your right foot this time. Take your time, and that left foot goes inside the ankle or the calf or the thigh. And I'm going to try to stand as tall as my 5'2" self. Good. Maybe I can be 5'2" and a half if I just try to stand just a little bit taller. Take a deep, deep breath here. You can keep your hands at your heart center. You can slowly sweep them out to the side. You can imagine those tree branches reaching towards the rays of the sun. And then steady your breath. See if you can release tension from your shoulders. Do you have any tension in your jaw? If you do, let it go. Deep breath here. And exhale, one more. Slowly bring your hands to your heart center. And slowly bring that foot back down. Go ahead and face the front edge of your mat. If you've got 2 blocks, put them up with at the top front corners of your mat. And sweep your arms all the way out and up. Open your feet as wide as your belly needs you to do a full forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. And then plant your hands on your blocks on either side of your feet or your mat and take your right leg all the way back into a lunge. Rise up into a crescent lunge. Take a deep breath here. Good. Again, you're working hard, but you have to release tension where you don't need it. Bend your back knee and lower down and take a vertical twist. Deep breath here. And exhale. Sink down a little bit more. And then maybe you can straighten your back leg. Pull your belly in. Hug your belly muscles towards your baby. One more breath. Sweep both of those arms all the way up. And take your hands all the way down to the mat or the blocks. And step forward into a half forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale. Chair pose, rise all the way up. Good, take a full forward fold. Once again, those feet are as wide as your belly needs you to be. Inhale, halfway up. Full forward fold, exhale, take the left foot back. Rise up to a crescent lunge. It really helps to contract this back thigh to stabilize you as you rise up, bend down, and take that twist, this time to the right. The left arm comes forward, the right arm comes back. Lift your heart, standing tall. Maybe lower down a little bit more. Maybe straighten your back leg, your left leg a little more. And breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, sweep those arms forward and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step it forward into a half forward fold. Exhale, a full forward fold. Chair pose to rise all the way up. And then bring your hands through your heart center, full forward fold once again. Exhale, inhale, halfway up. Full forward fold, exhale. Inhale, take your right foot back. Rise up to a crescent lunge, inhale. Take a vertical twist to the left, bending that back knee for stability. Good, you're gonna windmill your arms all the way around and find yourself in warrior 2. Bending the left knee over the left ankle. Press this left knee open a little bit more to the left. Push the outer edge of your back foot into the mat. Breathe in, make yourself tall. Breathe out, one more. And exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up first, then turn the palm to the back of the room, or the back of the mat, and reach back. Deep inhale here. Maybe sink a little deeper into your left knee. Extended side angle. Nice deep breath here. Sink a little deeper. Tuck your tailbone under, extend your collarbones forward, rotate the top of the ribcage back, the bottom of the ribcage forward. Good, and you're going to come all the way up into star pose. Cross those arms, turn all 10 toes out, star pose, horse pose, bend your knees. Star pose, inhale up, horse pose, one more time, star pose. Take those arms parallel with the floor, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes to the front of the mat, and sink into warrior 2. Take a deep breath. Windmill your arms all the way down. Make sure you pivot your back foot forward first, then step into your half forward fold. Inhale. And a full forward fold. Exhale. Chair pose. Rise all the way up to mountain. Make yourself really tall, and then take a full forward fold. Exhale. Fold forward. Halfway up. And full forward fold. Left foot back. Rise up to that crescent lunge once again. Bend your back knee so you can twist to the right. Make yourself tall. Pull your belly in towards your baby. Squeeze your kegel muscle. Take a breath. And exhale. Windmill your arms all the way down to warrior two. So the back heel pivots. Bend the right knee over the right ankle. Take a deep breath here. Make yourself tall. And exhale. Relax those arms. Reverse your warrior. Sometimes I reach right back. Sometimes it feels better to reach straight up, then turn the palm back. Then maybe I bend my right knee and I can go a little bit further. Breathe in, lift my heart, extend the side angle, tuck the tailbone, extend the collarbones, rotate the rib cage back. Get ready for star pose. Take a breath. Inhale, rise all the way up to star pose and into horse pose. Bend those knees. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse pose. Inhale, star. Turn the right toes to the front of the mat. Turn the left toes in. Bend the right knee. Warrior two. Take a breath here. Windmill your arms all the way down. Pivot your back foot forward. Step forward into a half forward fold. Inhale. And a full forward fold. Exhale. Chair pose. Rise all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath. Maybe close your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Ease and effort. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Good. All right, if you have a block, take that block. You don't have a block? You can use a chair in front of you, a stool, anything. You're going to sweep those arms back and then lift your right knee up, cross your right ankle on your left thigh, and come into a figure four. You might stay here and try your balance. You can take your arms parallel to the floor. Or you can also slowly, depends on how big your belly is, float your hands down and find that block. And get a little bit deeper hip stretch. I want you to make sure you're flexing your right foot, and then see if you can gently push your right knee a little closer to the mat, and maybe your hips move a little bit more to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Embrace this wobbliness, maybe. Embrace the deep breath. Breathe through it. Sweep the arms all the way up. Knee up. Foot back down again. Deep breath. My block fell down, so I'm going to straighten it out. Good. Ready? Hands at the heart. Take a deep breath. Sweep those arms back, and then that left knee comes up. Left ankle, right thigh. Flex the left foot. Bend the right thigh. Not bend the right thigh. You can't bend your thigh. You bend your knee. Good. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you balance. You keep your arms parallel, or float your hands down to the block. Deep, deep breath here. Keep this left foot flexed. It'll protect your knee. Gently press your knee down towards the floor, and see if you can move your hips just a little bit more to the left. Deep breath. In and out. Good. Breathe through it. Relax your shoulders. I just found my shoulders tensing up towards my ears, so relax the shoulders away from the ears. Picture yourself working just as hard in labor with as much confidence. Sweep the arms forward and up, knee up, whoop, and bring it down. Good. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Right? It's okay. You lose your balance a little bit. There's my mat over here. We're going to take a full forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, I want you to step back into downward facing dog. Once you get there, very gently sway your hips from side to side. Nice deep breath here. Sweep your right leg way up there behind you, and we're going to come into pigeon. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Good. Now, if you've got blocks, or you could use a rolled up towel, or you could use a rolled up blanket, I'm going to use a block. I'm going to curl my left toes under, lift my left knee up off of the mat, slide my block this way long-wise, and let my left thigh rest on my block. What that's done is that's lifted me up. If I have a big belly in the way, this is going to give me a little bit more room. With your hands right there on either side of your mat, I want you to see if you can gently pull your chest forward through the arms and look forward. Now, pull the belly button towards the baby and see if you can squeeze your Kegel muscle. Take a nice deep breath. This is a very gentle, very subtle movement, very subtle and very slow. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, gently pull your right hip back as you press your left hip forward. If you looked at the camera, I'll undo it. It's such a subtle movement. I don't even know if you can see it, but I'm moving my right hip back, moving my left hip forward. Feel free to come down to your forearms for a moment. Good. And take a deep, deep breath here. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more time, a nice deep breath here. You are welcome to press pause and stay in pigeon as long as you like to, but we're going to come out of it. I'm going to remove the block from underneath my left thigh. So I'll curl my left toes under, lift my left knee up. Maybe I can sit on my right hip to do it and move that block. Good. You can come to your hands and your knees from here, or curl those left toes under, lift your left knee off of the mat, pull your belly towards your baby, and push yourself to downward facing dog. Double check your hands. Your index finger should be pointing straight ahead. Your forearms gently move towards each other. You're pressing your chest back between the arms. The shoulders relax away from the ears. Pull the belly in. Sway your hips side to side. Okay, we're going to sweep that left leg up here in a second. Go ahead and inhale that left leg up. Bring your left knee right behind your left wrist. You can use a little momentum to get there. If you curl your back toes under. Place that block longwise on the thigh. Make sure it's on the thigh, not on the kneecap, because that's not very comfortable. Good, and your hands are on either side. Now, see if you can gently extend the collarbones, lift up. So imagine you're making the front of the body a little bit longer, and it's a tiny little, a subtle movement. You're almost pulling your hands back to pull the chest forward. Pull the belly in towards the baby and squeeze your Kegel muscle. That subtle, subtle movement. Once again, take a breath. Slowly move the left hip back as you press the right hip forward. Good. And then see if you can relax your shoulders away from your ears. So this is a really good way to practice. Kind of roam the body to find the tension that you might have in your body. And you can use this in labor. As the contraction begins, you roam your body and you breathe out that tension. You breathe through the discomfort. You breathe through maybe the fear. Try to embrace the process. These hormones, these contractions are bringing your baby closer and closer and closer to the moment that that baby will be in your arms. So try to welcome it. I know it's a hard concept to get. People go through 24 hours of my Bradley method classes, and then they get it. But they may not get it until they get all of the information. That's why I say, make sure you get educated or hire a doula, whatever it takes to reduce your fear and to make you feel confident and cared for. Take a nice deep breath here. Good, and then I'm gonna take the block out from underneath my right thigh, I'm going to sit down on my left hip to do that. Come back. Curl my right toes under, lift my right knee up, push myself to downward dog. Good. And take a deep breath. Now sway your hips from side to side. Just imagine like you're rocking your baby in the hammock of your belly. And take a nice deep breath. And come down to child's pose. Open your knees wide, bring your big toes to touch, and sit all the way back. Maybe put your forehead on a block. Maybe roll out your wrists a little bit, giving them a little bit of a break. And just let it go. Take one more deep breath in. Open your mouth and good. And then slowly walk your hands back. Have a seat on your block. We're going to do a little breathing exercise. So when that monkey brain starts to take over, and when I say that monkey brain, meaning sometimes that brain just, you think, like, where are these thoughts coming from? They're blah, 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 blah. They're going all over the place. So let your hands rest on your knees with your palms up and close your eyes. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe in, it's one, a count of 1. Breathe out, it's 2. Breathe in 3. Breathe out 4. Breathe in 5, out 6, in 7, out 8, in 9, and 10. And then begin again. Don't go any higher than 10. If you're human, you'll find yourself, if you get into the habit of this, you'll find yourself all of a sudden you go 11, 12. Oh, just start again. So take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And try to deepen your breath. One more cleansing breath in and out. Good. Inhale 1. Exhale 2. Inhale 3, 4. Inhale 5, 6. Inhale 7, 8. Inhale 9. Exhale 10. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do it one more time. I won't count. Nice job. Okay, bring your hands to your heart center. Allow your breath to become very easy, effortless. If you want to continue with those breaths, counting up to 10 and then beginning again. Go right ahead. Or if you prefer to lie down and go into Shavasana, please do. Take the rest that your body needs. For now, I will sign off and send a blessing for your healthy baby and give thanks for the miracle of the perfect union, this perfect union of you and your babies. Namaste.